The theme of Nation First, Always First summarizes an insightful commitment to the well-being, progress and unity of one's country above all else. It reflects the unwavering dedication of the individuals, communities and leaders to prioritize the interests, values and aspirations of the nation. This ideology underscores the significance of national identity, sovereignty and development, highlighting the notion that the collective strength and prosperity of a nation stem from the collective efforts and sacrifices of its citizens. India, a diverse and vibrant nation, has made remarkable progress in various fields and thus its top ranks in innumerable spheres globally. From space exploration to cultural heritage, India's achievements continue to inspire and demonstrate its potential worldwide. Here, we provide an insight into some of the areas where India holds the highest, biggest or best ranks, showcasing nation's impressive accomplishments on the global stage. Space research. India's space agency ISRO has made significant advancements in space exploration, including successful Mars and Moon missions. Information technology. India is a major hub for IT outsourcing and software services worldwide, with cities like Bangalore often referred to as the Silicon Valley of India. Pharmaceuticals. India is one of the largest producers of generic pharmaceuticals globally. The country is known as the pharmacy of the world due to its significant role in supplying essential medicines to various nations. Film industry. The Indian cine industry is one of the world's largest film industries in terms of the number of films produced and tickets sold. Yoga and spirituality. India is a pioneer in the realm of spirituality and wellness, largely due to its contribution to the world through yoga and meditation. Yoga, an ancient practice that originated in India, has gained international acclaim for its holistic approach to physical, mental and spiritual well-being. Cultural diversity. India boasts an incredibly diverse cultural heritage that spans over the history of many millennia. The nation boasts as the world's most rich country in terms of its cultural diversity, with rich tapestry of languages, religions, traditions and festivals. Not only that, India also holds a leading position in production of cotton, tea, milk, spices and exports, remittances, textile and garment industry, Ayurveda and traditional medicine, diamond polishing and cutting, and nuclear energy.
After gaining independence in 1947, India has witnessed significant achievements across various fields that reflect the nation's determination and commitment to progress and excellence in various spheres, contributing to India's growth as a global leader. Here are some major accomplishments of India in the major fields. Looking at the achievements since independence, India has made significant strides in sports on the international stage. Indian athletes have excelled in sports like badminton, wrestling, shooting, and boxing, winning numerous medals in various international competitions including the Olympics, Commonwealth Games, and Asian Games. The country's crowning moment came in 1975 when India won the Hockey World Cup for the first time. In cricket, the Indian cricket team scripted history to win the ICC Cricket World Cup in 1983, followed by 2011 Triumph and 2007 T20 World Cup glory. In this field, India has experienced rapid growth and innovation. The country has emerged as a global hub for IT services and software development. In the last few decades, numerous contributions have been made in sectors like agriculture, healthcare, space research and nuclear power, including development of indigenous nuclear technology and development of atomic clock. ISRO's first satellite, Aryabhata, was launched with the Soviet Union in 1975, followed by the launch of 3 indigenous missions to Moon named Chandrayaan 1, 2 and 3, apart from Mangalyaan in 2014, that have showcased the nation's growing prowess in space technology. In 1983, India launched INSAT, Asia Pacific's largest domestic communication system, which was a game changer. In India has become an example for developing countries all over the world in showcasing progress in empowering women and promoting gender equality. Women have broken barriers and excelled in all traditional male-dominated fields. The introduction of laws after independence raised the age of consent and marriage, upheld monogamy, gave women the right to divorce, maintenance and inheritance, and removed dowry. The remarkable progress and achievements of the Indian Army is unparalleled in the world. India's armed force have demonstrated their capabilities through various military operations and peacekeeping missions. Indian Army stands in a class of its own. From the liberation of Goa in 1961 to 1971 Bangladesh Creation War and the Kargil conflict in 1999 to the successful execution of the 2016 surgical strikes and other counter-terrorism operations have bolstered the nation's security. India leads the global order in playing major role in United Nations peacekeeping operations, contributing to global peace and stability. India has achieved incredible feats in the much-needed and long-awaited focus on the health of its citizens. Post-independence, India's most noteworthy achievement in medical sector has been the decrease in the death rates. In 1951, the at-birth life expectancy was around 37 years, which increased to nearly 65 years by 2011. The country has made significant strides in eradicating diseases like polio and reducing infant mortality rates. Indian medical professionals have contributed to advancements in fields such as cardiology, oncology, and organ transplantations. India holds the title of the Pharmacy of the World today for the contribution in supply of affordable, effective drugs and vaccines by the Hindustan Antibiotics Limited, established in 1954. India led the world in fighting the COVID pandemic like no other country by donating valuable vaccines, medical equipments all over the world. India is well on course to become the third largest economy in the world by the turn of 2030, just 8 decades after gaining independence from British tyranny, which left her as one of the poorest nations in the world in the mid-20th century. During this period, economy of India has transitioned from a mixed planned economy to a mixed middle-income developing social market economy. The Indian consumer market is expected to be more than double by 2031, surging to $5.2 trillion from $2.3 trillion in 2022.
On 15 August 1947, India achieved her freedom, ending almost 200-year British rule in the subcontinent. It is a day of immense pride for all Indians, as entire country honors the sacrifices made by countless freedom fighters on this day. As India celebrates her 76th Independence Day on 15 August 2023, let's look at some of the historic events and achievements that shaped India post-independence. A year after India's independence, its men's hockey team won first gold medal for the country at the 1948 London Olympics. Muthama Beliyappa became the first woman to pass the Indian Administrative Services exam in 1949. In 1950, India adopted its constitution, becoming a full-fledged republic. India held her first elections in 1952, during which 170 million cast their vote. Country's flag carrier, Indian Airlines, was set up in 1953. India became the first nation to launch an atomic energy program in 1954 at Trombay. In 1955, India's first computer, HEC-2M, was installed in Kolkata. Arati Shah became the first Asian to successfully cross the English Channel in 1957. The establishment of the Indian Institutes of Technology in 1958 set the standard against which educational excellence would be measured for decades. Milkha Singh became the first Indian to shatter an Olympic record in 1960. India took leadership position in the first ever meeting of non-aligned countries in 1961. In 1964, the first Indian jet trainer HJT-16 took flight. The Green Revolution to end India's food grain import dependency was started in 1965. In 1966, Rita Faria became the first Indian to win the Miss World crown. In 1968, Dr. Prafulla Sen became only third in the world and the first in Asia to perform a heart transplant surgery. In 1971, India helped Bangladesh achieve independence from Pakistan through military intervention. Project Tiger, India's most successful animal conservation program, was launched in 1973. A successful peaceful nuclear test by India in 1974 surprised the world. In 1975, with the launch of the Aryabhatta, India entered an allied club of nations with their own satellites. Abolition of bonded labor in 1976 was a landmark step towards achieving social justice in India. India's first test tube baby, Durga, was born in 1978. Perhaps in one of the most significant judicial innovations anywhere in the world, public interest litigation was legitimized by the Supreme Court in 1979. India joined the world in eradicating smallpox through one of the longest running vaccination programs in the world in 1980. Indian scientists synthesized their first drug, Tromaril, after 16 years of hard work in 1981. In 1983, Kapil Dev's team lifted India's first Cricket World Cup in London. Rakesh Sharma took the dreams of millions with him to space as India's first cosmonaut in 1984. Indian Space Research Organisation launched Asia's first remote sensing satellite, IRS-1A, in 1988. The following year, Kottayam in Kerala won the distinction of becoming the first fully literate district in India. The 1990 evacuation of 110,000 Indians from Kuwait and Iran remains the world's largest civilian evacuation effort. India responded to the economic crisis with wide-ranging reforms in 1991. In 1995, Indians finally logged on to the internet. Infosys became the first ever Indian stock to be publicly traded at New York's Nasdaq in 1999. India's indigenously built fighter jet, Tejas, took off from Bengaluru on its maiden flight in 2022. Sania Mirza became the first Indian to win the Wimbledon doubles trophy in 2003. Pratibha Patil was chosen as India's first woman president in 2007. India's successful lunar mission, the Chandrayaan-1, stuns the world in 2008. Delhi High Court order decriminalized homosexuality in 2009. Right to education was made a fundamental right in 2010. MS Dhoni lifts the Cricket World Cup after 27 years in 2011. Mars Orbiter Mission, or Mangalyaan, embarks on trip to Mars in 2013. India declared polio-free in 2014 by World Health Organization. On 3rd August 2017, India introduced its biggest tax reform in form of the Goods and Services Tax. In May 2017, doctors in Pune successfully conducted India's first womb transplant. First in human telerobotic heart surgery in India in 2018. India's government launches measure to distribute largest consignment of vaccines for COVID in 2021. Draupadi Murmu took oath as the first tribal leader to become 15th President of India on 25 July 2022.